Augustine was opened on the 8th of November 1861, and known to begin with as Dr. Alexander's Church, after the minister of the time. It is said that Mr. Solon, his church officer, gave him the idea of naming the church Augustine, after the early Christian theologian that Alexander admired. The ornate tower gave rise to the church's nickname of the Bride Cake. The weight of the tower and roof was too much for the walls, which had no external buttresses. Internal pillars had to be added to hold the building up, and they're still doing a good job. You can see what a massive building Augustine is by looking over the bridge just along from the front entrance. George IV Bridge had opened 30 years before the church, providing a route to a new life in the attractive suburbs to the south of the city, for those who could afford it. The new 4-storey church, penned between bridge and breweries, rose up from the Merchant Street beside the Cowgate, unsanitary, dark, a place of poverty and disease. The breweries have now been replaced by Edinburgh's Sheriff Court. It is no accident that our front entrance of the church has glass doors. They are a reminder that our task as a congregation is to look out into the communities around us and connect with them. On the glass itself, you will notice a stylized dandelion. This is our logo. We hope that the life and work of our community here at Augustine will be like dandelion seeds, carried in the breath of God's Spirit to grow justice and joy into our lives and world. Also, on the walls of our foyer are words that express some of the values and ways of being to which we aspire as a congregation. For such a large building, the sanctuary has a surprisingly intimate feel, and many visitors comment on how relatively simple the decor is. It has undergone many changes since 1861. Originally, it was designed to seat around 1,000 worshippers. Many would have been sat in the gallery. They would have been able to see the preacher standing in a very high pulpit at the front of the church. At different times, the space under the gallery has been walled off to create offices. The Iona Room, where the junior church meets, is one of the spaces still under the gallery. Changes begun in 1993 created something closer to Augustine's present-day arrangement. The high pulpit was removed, as were the pews. The more open space reflects new priorities. We encourage community groups and organisations to hire rooms in the building all year round. Many groups use the sanctuary space, including weekly community health drop-ins. It is worth taking a few minutes to look at some of the features in the sanctuary. This banner, created by the Junior Church in 2007, expresses the congregation's priorities. Sharing Christian Scripture, a mission of inclusion, supporting local, community-focused projects, and engaging with wider partnerships and campaigns. The little procession of hippos is in honour of Augustine of Hippo, for whom the church is named. Augustine is home to 2 stained-glass windows in a memory of Lindsay Alexander and his wife Mary. One depicts the virtuous woman described in the Old Testament book of Proverbs. The other shows St. Paul's farewell to the elders at Ephesus in the book of Acts. Originally, the windows were installed above the gallery. Here you can now find the church's 4 war memorials. We have 4 because they have been brought by other congregations and have made their home here over the years. Dalry Congregational Church, Augustine Congregational, Bristow Place Congregational, and Dalkeith Road Church of Christ. The only congregation not represented here is the Metropolitan Community Church, which merged with AUC in 2010. That union is celebrated in our tapestry downstairs. Over the years, a number of our longer-term tenants have made use of office space in the tower. These have tended to be organisations that reflect AUC's values and priorities. We regard them as partners. They help affirm our values and our existence as a city centre church. Currently, Jubilee Scotland is a tenant working in the tower. Another important and even longer relationship has been with Christian Aid Scotland, who have offices downstairs, where we're going now. There is no place in AUC that isn't used for something. Don't forget the pantry. And yes, we have a lift. Both this and the stairs will take you down to the next floor and the studio. This is one of the several spaces that are turned into small theatres during the annual Edinburgh Fringe Festival. On the other side of the studio are more meeting rooms and offices. 2 are home to Christian Aid. Tucked away here too are more toilets and our commercial kitchen. Go even further down in the building and you reach the basement. There's more storage, as you'd expect, but also a tiny theatre which is operated by Paradise Green, our fringe venue organiser. We are really at the bottom of the building now. Step outside and you are in the Pend. This is the end of Merchant Street, which runs off Candlemaker Row and under George IV Bridge, where we started. From here you get a real sense of the bulk of the building. It's a remarkable city centre space. It presents us with challenges, physical and financial, but also huge opportunities for connecting with life in Edinburgh. At one level, this may be seen as a social good. At another, this is really a building from which we can work out and express our progressive Christian values and beliefs.